Welcome to T21 Mom.
Hi, friends. Thanks for joining me on the T21 Mom podcast, where we share personal stories and experiences and also chat with various experts and specialists. I'm Mary, Mom to Ainsley, who is 11 years old. Her birthday is just around the corner, and she has a dual diagnosis of Down syndrome and autism. And I am living life my way. And this is episode 141. And this is a really episode that's close to my heart. It's really personal. It's the Down Syndrome Diagnosis Network Rockin Moms Retreat, where we went to Vegas. And it was a lot of fun. So without much further ado, let's go and have a listen. It's early Sunday morning. I've been getting up early on Sundays to fold laundry of all things because it seems to be the only time that I can ever get around to doing that, because otherwise it just piles up and laundry is my nemesis. But I'm so excited for the retreat this year. I am so excited to see my HRMs, my Haunted Rockin Moms. We've grown really tight, I think, in particular over this past year, as we've shared a lot this past year. It's been rough for some of us, and we've all been there to support one another. And this journey at times can be really hard, but it's so wonderful to know when you've got a group of women all over the world cheering you on and supporting you. And I can't wait to see them all in Vegas in a couple of days. I've already started packing. I anticipate I'll probably actually finish packing mostly tonight. I don't think I've ever been packed that early for a trip before. And my good friend Ron is actually away. Unfortunately, good for him. I'm glad that he's away. He's in England right now, and he's usually my ride to the airport at some ungodly hour. I need to be there, I think, around 6. So I'll be taking an Uber, and I can't wait to see all of you and give you all a hug and Rockin Mom's cookie until they run out. And it's just going to be amazing. We've got a few things planned for our HRMs, which is just lovely. And, you know, of course, we do our traditional pub crawl at the end of the retreat every year. So I really can't wait for that. I think the Vegas one will be quite cool, actually. So stay tuned. I can't believe it's here. It's the night before, and I'm actually feeling really calm and collected. I'm excited, but I actually packed almost everything on Sunday, and I think I need to start doing that, packing a few days in advance, because I felt totally calm, just taking everything off that I needed to get done today. And I got a lot done. The only thing I didn't really get done was folding the rest of the laundry. But I guess that will wait for when we get back, which is fine. But I'm just so excited to see all my mamas, and especially my HRM mamas. We have been chatting up a storm the last several days. I mean, we chat every day, but it's been pretty intense the last few days because we're just all so excited to be coming together again, because this time is so important and it's so meaningful to all of us. And it's in Vegas. I mean, it's going to be crazy. I mean, the other retreats have been fantastic, but this one I think it's going to be crazy. But we're planning on having a really great time. So I can't wait. And I've got an Uber scheduled to pick me up because my friend Ron, he's away. He usually takes me to the airport for my retreat trips. But alas, he is in England, I think, right now. So good for him. But I can't wait for what's coming. It's 5:20 in the morning. The house is silent. It's so quiet. I love it. Dennis and Ainsley are still sleeping, and my Uber should be here in 10 minutes. Everything's packed, and I'm coming for Vegas. And all the ladies are all excited. Everyone's posting. Some are in flight already. Amy's already there. Janessa is also already there. She's meeting up with her cousin and then coming to the hotel around 2. I can't believe it's here. Let's go Vegas. I'm at the airport and Christina's landed. I'm just going to go and head over to the gate. She should be there any minute now, and it's getting real now.
2. We turn to San Francisco. All consumers should now be on board. You're being immediately on.
I'm sitting here at gate 73 with my old roomie, Christine. We actually lucked out and got on the same flight. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I've been up for a long time already.
Yeah, didn't you have to get up at some insane hour? What hour did you have to get up?
2:15 a.m. Winnipeg time.
So sorry to hear that.
Did you even get any sleep?
I got 4 hours of sleep.
That's not bad. That's about what I got. I got up at 4:30. And so what time did your flight leave?
I left at 6.
Okay. But are you a bit of a ways from the airport?
Yeah, it's an hour's drive.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That's okay. We have lots of time I don't think there's going to be a lot of time to rest, but we got lots of time to just chill, relax, and have a good time. Is there anything you're looking forward to from this retreat?
The thing I'm looking forward to the most is connecting with people, just feeling understood, and having shared experiences is just an awesome thing.
It is awesome. And I keep thinking about it, like how important this is and how amazing it is, and how, as I think Janess one time said, a silly little pub crawl brought us all together. I don't think it's silly. I think it's fun. I know what Janess meant, but I think it's amazing, and we all have Amy to thank for that pub crawl.
Yeah, and my husband every year says, no, you go. I know you need it. It refreshes you, so go and have fun.
Yeah, same for Dennis. So Vegas, here we come. It was our first night, and we all went to dinner together. I can't even remember the name of the restaurant. It was out of the resort because we had to Uber there. And we had this really long table. It was so much fun, and the food was fantastic. And we're just all just chit-chatting and just talking about whatever.
Well, then, I need that story over. I feel like, well, I'll make you at the not really. I don't feel like I watched something in LA for things that can never like, level not at. Like, to pick up your feet on the picture because the back of the air or something like that, with my first life. And they did it. I think I mean, sit on time. But I'm to the die from the head later. Oh, my. Yeah, Friday.
We have our own Haunted Rockin Moms chat, and we chat pretty much every day. And leading up to the retreat, it was pretty intense. And then there was one day that I shared about Dennis getting raw chicken for his lunch. Take a listen.
Apparently, Dennis got some raw chicken. Even so black. Arrow left. It was good, but it does look like a sandwich. Didn't you see the bun? No, real. What happened was
So Mary Beth reiterates what I had said in the chat about the raw chicken.
in WTM. I grabbed what I thought was his lunch. He gets 2 long Subway type rolls for sandwiches and just throw it in. I don't even look at it. It's fucking raw chicken. The best part is, I told him to save the chicken and try to keep it cool, as that's one of his dinners while I'm away. This was It's hardly going to be, he's like, Oh, bro, the two suffer. Keep out the cold. Die. The tough thing. I'm angry. I'm a little hard. I don't. When I read that message, well, I get bits and pieces. You like then it usually like feeds after me.
We caught an Uber back to the hotel after our dinner. And I can't remember all who was in the Uber with me. I know Fangirl Amy was there. And I think DJ Sarah, which is what I like to call her, I think she was there too, but I can't remember who else was there. And a very famous song came on by Celine Dion. We didn't know all the words, but everyone knows the main parts. And it was just so fun to be just in the Uber and just singing our hearts out. And I think we actually sound pretty good.
They did. They not good. But the video like that. I just. So you're calling back to. And then I found what you was speaking. Calling Phillips. Okay. It's you. Flash. I mean, it's. What? The husband. Still. She I'm not okay. Like you're in great. But I'm making that like they can see what's thing like I never was in so like the Hawkins. They failed to blame. What is this? Don't say but that. I think putting with a lot of that. What? The point happened with that. With that and then down.
It was just so fun to be sitting in the Uber and us all, I don't know, just singing to a song that everyone knows. Well, we didn't know all the words, but a song that everyone recognizes. And it just felt kind of magical, I think.
That's not it and she like the when it fuck even know. The shit too we were reading about it. He was so and that's free.
The next day, 4 of us went to Zak Bagans Haunted Museum. I had no idea really what it was. And, Amy really wanted to go. So I thought, okay, cool. And she's into all this haunted stuff. It was kind of creepy. Like I said, I didn't really know what to expect. And so it was me, Fangirl Amy, Jackie, and Katie. And we all went. And the tour was a bit long. It could have been shorter. And we paid extra for the extra rooms, which added more time. But it's creepy. But it was still fun to go and do it.
Okay, we're in the Uber. We're actually in Vegas. And who are we with? Fangirl Amy. And Jackie. And Fangirl Amy, where are we heading to today? We are heading to Zak Bagans Haunted Museum. What's this haunted museum about? So Zak Bagans is the worst human that ever lived, but he has a large museum of very haunted items. So we're going to see what ghosts we can bring back with us.
Are we going to bring them to the haunted tour on Saturday?
Absolutely, we are. So haunted is kind of your thing, I would say, right? Yeah, I think so. I was a ghost in a past life.
What kind of ghost were you in a past life?
One of those ones in Victorian dresses.
Oh, I love that.
Spookiest ghost. Now, Jackie said Jackie, like me, she likes to listen to all the true crime podcasts, but she doesn't like to be scared. But You're cool to go into this?
I did clarify first that it's not a haunted house. Like, no one's going to try to scare me. But, like, I'm down with the spooky stuff.
But you come on the tour every retreat.
I do, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we will fill y'all in later about what this haunted, I don't know, I want to say haunted house, but that haunted museum is all about. So stay tuned.
We're at the entrance to the museum, and Katie's talking about how every time she does these kind of ghost things, she brings spirits back with her. So we're really hoping that she doesn't bring anything back with her from this place.
Be back tomorrow. We can hang out then, but you got to stay here. It's just
So fun. I'm so.
all right. So we got this, we got that, and the last step.
I really had stuff on. Like, every time I do a ghost thing and something follows me.
Oh, it-
I think
Don't be good.
They must just not know what pain in the ass you are.
Well, we're working on words and tricks. Whatever, I'm true. And they're like, fun.
Okay, we're heading into this. What's this place called, Amy?
Zak Bagans Haunted.
Okay.
The house was going to meet you there. So I'm going to bring you to the box office where you get your actual ticket for your tour. And I'll see you guys on the way out.
All right, thanks. And apparently it's quite scary. I'm a little freaked out. Yes, we can. Yes, and we'll get a picture. Okay.
Sure, let's do it in front of the.
Okay. Your journey into the afterlife.
Okay.
We're going to get a picture. I can't record while in there. It might encourage the spirits. Okay, we're heading in. It's all dark.
Now, I am not holding you here against your will. I do have to have someone else out for you outside. And when you want to come back in, let security know, and someone else will ask you. And like the movie theater, the tour doesn't continue went out. Now, once this tour begins, there is no vote whatsoever. This means no vote, no recordings of any kind, no texting or calling even. This is the only room in the entire museum that allows and texting of loved ones goodbye. Please do that while we're in here, because once the tour begins, I do ask for help. They do interfere with some of our paranormal, not airplane notes. That completely shut off.
We then had to do a mandatory oath. It was kind of scary, I think. None of us knew what we were getting into.
Now, before we begin the tour, everyone can hear it from water to the mandatory. While they're ready to rocking on down the out. This building is not. He is those spirits and heard off. Host and first objects. By entering, I did read that man it's mashed. Unable by shoots. But not be liable for any. Liable for having actions by these unseen court. Advertised. At night. And the places in my head told it earlier. And the food that word trains I've been fresh in.
Okay, we just finished that Zak Bagans Haunted Museum, and I don't know what to think, Amy. Was it what you expected?
Too long.
Yeah, it was too long. Too long.
Right. You didn't like really enjoy stuff. You couldn't stop and really take in all the different things that he had. Yeah, it was just kind of but it was just too pushed through, or
I found it quite creepy. I don't know. What did you ladies think?
it was also like parts of it. Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, unsettling. That's a good word. Yeah. I feel like we need a cleansing. We sat in that chair. Jackie did not sit in the chair. And hopefully no spirits follow us home.
So many nuts.
Okay, and now we're going to head to the pool.
Yeah, we got our cleansing at the pool. It was a very long tour. I wouldn't say don't do it if you're into the creepy and somewhat macabre stuff. go do it, but don't do the extended tour. I left my shirt that I got for the extended tour in the Uber. Ugh, I probably wasn't ever going to wear it anyways, but oh well. You know, it was still fun. I was still with some lovely ladies, and then we headed to the pool. After the pool, we got ready to go to the strip. It ended up being a bit chaotic because there was 2 groups of us in 2 different Ubers. The strip is chaotic at best, and we ended up never being able to meet up with each other. But we still got to hang out and see part of the Bellagio water show.
Okay, we're at Caesar's Palace. We don't know where anybody is. We're just kind of standing around,
So irreverent.
waiting for I don't know what.
So irreverent.
What are we waiting for, lady?
You don't follow.
I don't know. You had your anyway. Well, Mary's doing something, so
Let's just go in the building and see what's happening.
okay, let's go. Let's go see what's happening in Caesar's.
They're being dropped off right now.
We beat them here?
Yeah, we beat him here.
All right.
So we're standing outside of Caesar's, waiting for the other ladies. We're not really sure where they are. They're somewhere on the strip. I think they were on one side and we were on the other, and their Uber wouldn't drop them off at Caesar's. I don't even know. It was just kind of chaotic at best. But then we were chatting, and I really wanted a fangirl Amy to tell the story about Tiny Jesus, because it's quite a cute little story.
Hey, everyone is even
Mad
care about
Jesus,
this.
but small. It's a cute story, and it's funny because what do we do? So Amy wouldn't let me record the first part of about the baby Jesus. We're telling Sandra, who's new to the Haunted Rockin Moms.
An adult.
Okay, baby Jesus, little Jesus, sorry. Tiny Jesus, sorry, tiny Jesus. Okay, I've had a few drinks, okay? Tiny Jesus. So, okay, so you got tiny Jesus. Then what happened? I had a tiny Jesus. He's a small plastic figurine of Jesus. And Rockin Moms who were in need of some encouragement, I wanted to start a thing, and I mailed Tiny Jesus at an expensive fee to send a tiny plastic figurine with a card and a note of encouragement. And we have been passing it on to other Rockin Moms who need a little encouragement. And I love that story. Jesus would approve of what I did. Jesus would approve. Yeah. Approves of this message.
He this reporter
Message.
Yeah, no, not anymore. Now that I know how much that cost. He literally
Like not going to Canada anymore. Not from
$17
get across.
order. I think he crash. Yes, Jesus is a
Highway robbery. I think it's it.
When Liz sent her Valentine's stuff, I checked on the envelope, $17 US to get a deal.
It's
I'm
tragic.
just like, wow, you must
That
really
thing
love
is-
us.
I'm not sure who has Tiny Jesus right now, but we should get him on the road once again, because I just really love that story and the whole message behind it. I think it's really awesome, Amy.
We're inside Caesar's right now. We don't know where anybody is. Jackie apparently is walking towards here. I don't know where the other ladies are. It's massive in here. I can see why people could be here 24 hours a day. It's all lit up. It's amazing. Oh, there's even a Fendi store in here. Okay, Caesar's was quick and dirty. We're now going to the Bellagio. So we're now heading to the Bellagio because we couldn't seem to hook up with anybody here. There seems to be many entrances. No one seems to know where to get in. I don't even know where the Bellagio is, but let's find out.
What a move to like and leaving laying patients with up into the book. I'll be there.
We're outside the Bellagio and the water show has just started. It's really quite mesmerizing. It's quite cool to see. Everyone's lined up against the rails to get a better view. Everyone's got their phones out and they're videoing it. And we're still trying to find the rest of our crew. But we'll enjoy the water show while we figure that one out.
Liz finally caught up with us at the Bellagio. She walked and walked and walked, and she'd already had a full day of walking.
Okay, Liz, how far have you walked tonight?
Millions of miles.
Okay, but you went to the Grand Canyon earlier today, right?
I went to the Grand Canyon and
Also the Joshua Tree. Oh, cool.
Nap Park.
Yes. Yeah.
We also stopped at the Hoover Dam.
Cool. Okay.
And then at a little park that bighorn sheep come down from the mountain and kind of graze at the park. So we saw them.
So you saw some bighorn sheep?
Did.
Oh, cool.
I did. And I also got a little bit of a video of a roadrunner.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to get a copy of the video for the Roadrunner because I think that's pretty cool. I've never seen one. You know, I didn't even know that they were real.
Come on.
I'm not sure. I mean, they were in the cartoon.
They are real.
Very cool.
And I think I walked past every single casino on the strip.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a cluster tonight as we all kind of got separated. And so we couldn't find each other. There's a big thing of water, I think, in the middle of the strip. I don't even know. And I think some of us were on one side, some on the other. And we walked through the Bellagio. It's a very big hotel to walk through to get out of it. And what? Amen, sister friend.
Yeah.
And so we're all parched. We're going back to the hotel to get some drink. We headed back to the hotel, and Christine, Sandra, and we ended up chatting until the wee hours of the morning. I think it must have been almost 2 a.m. You know, even though we didn't meet up with the other ladies on the strip, it was still a fun night to see everything on the strip, and all the lights and just all the people. It's incredible. And to see the Bellagio show, that was pretty cool too.
So we're sitting here at the lunch, and who am I here with?
Chandra Besser.
And where are you from, Chandra?
I'm from Chicago.
Now, this is your first retreat because you're a newbie.
Yeah, Jonah was born January 2nd of this year, so he'll be 9 months on the 2nd.
Yeah, that's amazing. So how did you find out about DSDN and what made you want to come to the retreat?
We found out right around 12 weeks that Jonah would likely have Down syndrome. We got our NIPT results, and we had a horrible first meeting with our MFN. So our gynecologist, I found the results online first, but so I already knew, but he called me to tell me what I already knew. And he said, I'm going to get you into an MFM this week in case you want to do something about it, he said. So I went to go see an MFM, and it was probably the worst appointment of my life. And he pretty much sat there, right, towel over my lap, and it was like, this is going to be wrong, this is going to be wrong, this is going to be wrong. He's going to have abnormal heart. He has high drops. I didn't know what most of the things that he said even meant. And me and my husband got in our car and just bawled and just lost it. So I got home and I was like, I just need to educate myself. So I started on Facebook and started just trying to find support groups. And that's how I came across the DSDN. So I had never heard about it before. I wasn't familiar. So I started following and joining the groups. And then, by that is how I found out about the retreat. So.
And so what made you want to come to the retreat? Because, I mean, your bub is, about 9 months? Yeah, so what, be still pretty young. So what made you want to come to the retreat?
I would say the first thing was the connection. So I don't know a lot of other moms that have kids with Down syndrome. So I just wanted to have that connection. I think that it was such a lifeline to ask those questions in those groups when I didn't have the answers. And honestly, to find so much, sorry, I have goosebumps, to find so much hope, because when you have doctors telling you that your baby might not make it or this, And then you go to the groups and maybe it's like, oh no, like mine resolved and that's not that big of a deal. I mean, it made me survive my pregnancy. So I think I was like, I want to meet those people in person. And then again, and then best to advocate, we're starting out and I don't know, I'm clueless as what's best and what do I need and what to find out. So I think just the education piece on that.
Well, let me tell you, these moms here, they've all got you. You're in the right place. And I think that's very impressive for you to come when like for your first retreat when your baby is like under a year. And I think that's wonderful. And I'm sure you're going to make some amazing connections. And what do you hope to get out of the retreat?
I would say how to go back and best advocate for what he's going to need going forward. And then, to build those lifelong connections with the other moms. We were actually just talking about like our birth year, joining maybe like a group chat or something. So as these things come up, as they're growing, we can bounce those things off of each other and be like, hey, how are you guys handling this? And then also just that like people who get it, that it's rough some days, and I'm just at the beginning. So it's up to see what the future brings.
Well, you're in a good place and you have lots and lots of wisdom in this room. So I think you're in good hands.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And then it was Mom's Night Out. There was probably close to 400 women in the lobby of the hotel. Most of us in our sequin dresses. Everyone looked fabulous. But as you can expect, with that many women, it was a little bit chaotic.
We're all in the lobby right now, and we're trying to get on the bus. It's utter chaos, but we are doing it.
So the bus to the strip or wherever we're going for Mom's Night Out kind of ended up being a bit of a bust. So we are in an Uber. So ladies, where are we heading to? I don't even know.
Mandalay Bay.
And then we're going to eat some food. And then we're going to go to the Michael Jackson experience.
We're going to the Skyview Lounge first. Up whatever 86 floors.
Oh, is that what it is?
Is that real high? Something really high. And I'm in the very back row. Jenna finally made it.
I did.
How are you doing, Jenna?
I'm here. After a canceled flight, I made it a day late.
Poor Jenna. Better late than never. All right. And some of us are going to Hell's Kitchen, so that should be fun. Okay, let's have a good night tonight, ladies. Okay, we've finally arrived at Hell's Kitchen. We couldn't find the entrance initially, but as Christine pointed out, it's where you can see the flames coming from. So that's where we're at. We're about to get a picture in front of Hell's Kitchen.
So we're sitting here at Hell's Kitchen, and our lovely waiter, what's your name?
My name is Rainey, Hell's Kitchen Restaurant.
And how long have you been working here?
Been here for over 2 years now.
Have you ever met the man himself?
Many times. Well, yes, absolutely. He was just here about a week ago, so.
Oh, we missed him.
Tell you, this guy is like the nicest guy ever, okay? All right? Whatever you see on TV, no. Nicest guy ever, I promise you.
Now, we were sort of like eyeing the menu, and what do you say that people should get when they come here?
Appetizer, the scallops, the lobster risotto, signature appetizer. For the main course, there's nothing more popular than beef Wellington. We actually serve over 700 on a daily basis. It's a must try.
700. Wow. And how many people can you sit in here?
We serve over 1,500 people daily.
Wow, that's a lot. And do you love your job?
Love it.
That's awesome. Pardon?
I'm a salesman
You're doing a good job.
and then entertainer as well.
We love it. Okay, so we are going to order. Okay, so our server, Rennie, is here with my wine. Can you tell me anything about this wine?
This is a delicious Sauvignon Blanc from Napa Valley, California. The winer is going to be Duckhorn, the vintage 2023. It's really good with seafood.
Lovely. Can't wait.
Okay, we just got our first I guess it's an appetizer,
Scallops, and it looks pretty delicious, so we're going to dig in. So we're still at Hell's Kitchen, and we're celebrating Sandra's, can I say what number? 50th, 50 birthday. Oh, thank you, Rennie. Rennie came with a special souvenir mug for her. Okay, so we're here finishing up at Hell's Kitchen, celebrating Sandra's 50th birthday. How was your meal?
It was sublime to die for. I loved every morsel. And I got to spend it with two amazing special mamas.
Aw, you're so sweet. And are you excited about turning 50?
I am grateful to see this day. It could be otherwise. And I'm lucky enough to spend it with friends at Hell's Kitchen.
So it's turned out okay?
It's turned out pretty damn awesome.
It's awesome. Well, we certainly wish you the most happiest of birthdays.
You Mary, you rock.
You're welcome.
The dinner at Hell's Kitchen was just fantastic. And we actually almost didn't even get in. Sandra had made online reservations, and when we went in, they couldn't find the reservation. They said the one that we had, when she showed her what the reservation she had online, the hostess said, "Oh, that's for inside Caesar's Palace." And Sandra said, "It's my 50th birthday. Can you make it work?" And the lady, without missing a beat, said, "I can get you a high top if you're okay with that." And we said, "Sold." And it was super busy that night and lots of people waiting. So I feel really grateful that we were able to have a really lovely, lovely dinner and wonderful company. It was really spectacular. And then it was off to the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show. And it really was just fantastic.
Yes, the hiking to I think look like you would show the view. He's the one to module. Me.
He's really smart. And don't have a believe we ain't in the kind of one.
From the boys, another song. Dura. Oh. When somebody turned and being chilly, it's going and flew to break. We can't remember the hands to read and crew. Looks like. Who it is, then there was.
It was
Stay stuck in one. In one of these things, you're not. Okay. Listen.
back in
Work.
just like this.
Stand listen.
Logan, correct? Not Logan. Oh,
Okay, we're just chilling out in the lobby after the show. And who do we have here?
Hi, this is Heather, also known as Zoe's mom.
Zoe's mom, I love it. I know I love being referred to as Ainsley's mom, Ashley. Oh my God. And I haven't even been drinking that much. So did you enjoy the show?
Oh my God, the MJ show was like magic. I didn't know what to expect. I have no idea what the plot line was, but the music and the like videos that they had up, oh my God, it was amazing.
And where are you from, Heather? I know we've chatted before on previous episodes, but where are you from?
I live in Wilmington, North Carolina, the land of the beaches and floods.
And which number retreat is this for you?
This is number 3.
Oh, you've only been to 3. Well, how old is Zoe?
5.5.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And what do you love about the retreat?
think I love the magic of the moms. Like everybody coming together, learning, and just, I don't know, digging in deep to our feelings. That's it. And then like totally trashing them and laughing.
I love that. The magic of the moms. I love that. And when you come to the retreat, does it like just fill your cup and rejuvenate you?
Yeah. I feel like that's the only thing I really do for myself. And I buy outfits for it, and I get happy like packing for a week, and you know, I put some makeup on, and I don't know, I just hang out with everybody that's wonderful. Then meet more moms like me. Yeah, it does everything. I feel like a better person when I go back.
I love that. I feel like a better person, and that's so true. That's how I feel too, but you put it perfectly. And she's got this really cool stuff in her hair. It's called fairy hair, and I am going to get me some fairy hair because I love it. Your bright red hair, it looks so awesome.
Thank you so much. I love it. It's cracking me up, this hair.
I love it too. Thank you so much, Heather.
Oh my God. Thank you, Mary. I love you.
It was a really magical night. We were all dressed up. Yes, it was a bit chaotic trying to get down to the strip, but you know what? Who cares? You just kind of roll with it. We had a fabulous dinner at Hell's Kitchen and ended the evening with the MJ show. It really was a great mom's night out.
So we're sitting at a, what do we call it? A breakout meeting. And who do we have here?
Hi, Mary. Sandra Callie here.
And I was trying to think, did I meet you when you were pregnant?
I was thinking about this the other day, too. I think we were still pregnant. Yes, that's right. Yeah, we met you in Ainsley. You came up through Kelowna. And it was about a month and a half or so before Emily was born.
That's what I thought. I go, yeah, because we came in the summer, and I always know that her birthday's in September. So yeah, so I kept thinking, yeah, I think you were still pregnant. So this is your first retreat. How have you been liking it?
It's been awesome. Very exciting meeting moms from all over the place. It's great. There's so many wonderful people here, and there's so much in common.
And what made you want to come to the retreat?
I've been incredibly stressed. I needed to just have a bit of rest and relaxation and know that I'm not alone. Like, not that I'm alone. I know I'm not alone. I have a wonderful husband, and my daughter is amazing, and with a really good support network around us with family and friends. But you still feel so isolated.
Yeah, I totally hear you. And what do you hope to get out of the retreat?
Learning more for my daughter and how we can support her and make sure that she has the best life possible.
Yes, definitely. And did you enjoy the Mom's Night Out last night?
It was fun. Yeah, it was great.
Was great. Well, I'm glad that you made it to a retreat, another fellow Canadian. And do you think you'll be coming to some more retreats?
Absolutely. Yeah, this was my first one, but it certainly won't be my last.
Yeah, we have to wait tonight to hear where the next one will be.
I'm hoping for Hawaii, but I've heard that they only ever do continental USA. But Hawaii would be amazing if you're listening to SDN.
Yeah, Hawaii would be amazing, but I don't think it's happening there. So I know. Yes, we can all hope. Well, enjoy the rest of the retreat, and I hope you feel rejuvenated after the retreat ends.
Thank you, Mary. You as well.
Thank you.
And then it was time for some pool time. And a cheeky little girl named Briar.
Okay, we're at the pool, and what's your name?
My name's Briar.
And how old are you, Briar?
8.
You're 8. Where do you live?
8 right now.
In England, right? So, and are you having a fun time at the pool?
Yes.
Yes. And what's your favorite part about swimming in the pool?
Splashing.
Splashing. Oh my goodness. And of course we have our mom Sharon here. Hello. Now, did we meet at, it was Phoenix we met at, right?
Well, yeah, was it? Yeah, I can't remember. It seems that long ago now. Yeah.
And obviously, we're so glad that you were able to come to the retreat. Oh, and there goes your glasses. Okay, Sharon's got to go save her glasses. Briar, that was very silly. What do you say to Mommy? You say, sorry, Mama. Sharon's trying to get her glasses. Briar, you've got a good arm. And I know it's been a bit challenging because you're at a different hotel, but what do you love? What do you love about the retreat?
Just connecting with everybody. It really keeps me going throughout the whole year. It's really important to me. And obviously, it's possible down to some of the ladies here that enabled me to join the retreat properly. So it's just the connections that I've got that are really important.
And how many retreats have you been to?
This is my 4th retreat.
There goes your glasses again. Do you think that's funny?
Yeah.
And Mommy has to go diving for your glasses. No, I don't think you should get the glasses anymore. How about do you get the unicorn, your baby shark? Yeah. All right. Well, and what do you want to get out of the retreat?
It's just to reset, to see all the mums that I love. Just that really. I can't really put it into words what it means, but it makes such a difference to my well-being and mental health throughout the whole year. So yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Well, we all love you too, Sharon, and kudos to you for coming across an ocean to come and see us, because that's pretty special.
Oh, you're well worth it.
Thank you. Briar, can you say bye?
Bye.
So the Rockin Moms are everywhere in this hotel. So I'm about to get in the elevator, and another Rockin Mom, she comments on my Paris bag, asking if I went to Olympics, which we did. And what's your name?
Liz Haddad.
And where are you from?
Palos Heights, Illinois.
And how many retreats have you been to?
This is actually my first retreat. It's been so exciting to be here with all the Rockin Moms.
And so what made you come to this retreat this time?
Honestly, I got talked into it by another Rockin Mom. Yeah, so it was her first retreat last year, and she was like, you got to do this, and I'm glad I did.
Oh, that's so fantastic. And so far, what have you liked best out of the retreat?
Everyone has been so kind and so generous and so welcoming. And obviously, we know that in a different world, you feel like you're alone, but here everybody's on your side. And now I have a different community that I can reach out to.
Oh, that's so fantastic. And, I know it's your first retreat and all. What were you hoping, or what are you wanting to get out of the retreat?
I think the connections again, we know that there's other, kids out there with Down syndrome, but to actually see it and live it and be in the same room as different moms that have the same experiences as you is always, a benefit and a plus for the support, and to get more information. My daughter's 8, and there's kids who are older, so, you want to know what to expect, or people who have had the same experiences.
Exactly, and it's kind of like that kinship that I think we all want. Like yesterday when we were all standing up.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah.
You knew that there were people, you knew that's how people felt, but just to see it in a room of women standing with you, it was just, it was an our experience.
Yeah, I was crying. Yeah, it was pretty powerful. And what are you doing tonight? Are you going to the closing remarks tonight and finding out where next year is? You think you're going to go to next year?
I definitely am going next year. But we are going to go to the closing ceremony. We're looking forward to the speaker.
Yeah, we're going on our haunted pub crawl that we do every year. So I'm kind of sad to miss him because he's quite funny. I follow them on Instagram. It's the Valentine Brothers. Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be quite entertaining for you guys.
What's a haunted trail?
Oh, we go on a haunted pub crawl. There's a group of us that met 2 years ago in Washington on a haunted pub crawl. Didn't know anybody, and we've just created this amazing group. Yeah, we have a tour guide, and they tell us ghost stories. I'm assuming a lot of mob stories. That's what I'm hoping for tonight. So, but yeah, it's pretty amazing. So will you enjoy tonight, your last night?
Well.
I will. Thank you. And I'll see you next year. Any thoughts of where you think it might be? We've been talking around.
Oh, I heard somebody say New Orleans, maybe.
I kind of thought New Orleans too, but I'm thinking with the weather, probably not.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so
during this time, during hurricane season.
Yeah, exactly. A few of us have been on Kentucky, so we'll have to wait and see. So, okay.
As long as it's not in Chicago, where I want to travel.
Well, wonderful. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and yes, and you the same. And I'll see you next year at the next retreat.
Yes, thank you.
When Liz and I were chatting about everyone standing up, what we were talking about is there had been like a afternoon sort of seminar, I guess, and they had a sheet, and you ticked off things that you could say yes to or no to. Like, do you still have grief over your child's diagnosis? Do you feel alone? Do you feel like nobody understands you? And it was probably 20 different questions. And you folded it up and it got passed like several times. So you don't know who ended up with yours. You didn't put your name on it. And then everyone opened theirs up. And so they would ask people to stand up if they had said yes to any of those questions. And, you know, when you're feeling alone, but yet you see this entire room where most people are standing for most of the questions. So even at times when this journey feels defeating, isolating, and you feel very alone, I want to be able to think back to that time and know that I'm not alone, that you're not alone. None of us are alone. We have each other. It was a very powerful moment, I think, for me at the retreat. And then it's the haunted pub crawl.
Okay, we're at the buffet at the hotel, and it turns out there's unlimited or bottomless wine for $7.99. So guess which option we all chose? Of course, $7.99, beer or wine. So that's what we're drinking. And we're going to have a great night tonight. Hopefully get some cool mafia stories and some other hauntings about Las Vegas.
So we have Janesse here. She is a long-time member.
This is my 7th retreat.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part of the retreat?
Connecting with my best friends that I never knew I needed.
Don't make me cry.
I've got some really special friends. Many of them are these Haunted Rockin Moms. And then some moms from my birth group that, you know, when I see them, it just fills my soul. And just that bond is just something that I never expected. And it's really special.
Mm-hmm. I have to agree. So we're going on our Haunted Rockin Moms traditional annual pub crawl. What are you hoping for tonight?
So I love, like, the whole mafia stories and craziness that happens. So I'm just excited to hear some of the, you know, mafia history from Las Vegas. I'm from Chicago, so I'm familiar with a lot of the Chicago mafia history. So I'm excited to get a little bit of the Vegas mafia.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun night.
Yeah.
We've got a party bus. I'm a little scared about what might happen on the party bus, but I think we're going to have a good time.
We've got each other to watch our backs, so. And
well,
in Vegas, anything goes.
Anything goes.
Oh my gosh, we're on the party bus. I don't even know if you can hear me. The music's super loud. We actually have a pole in the party bus. I'm a little scared about what's going to happen. Woo, Janesse! Woo! We are going to have an awesome time tonight.
We're on the Haunted Pub Crawl. And what's
I'm Jules. Welcome to the Fremont Experience.
Have you ever been to Fremont before?
Yeah, I was just here a couple days ago and won a bunch of money.
Oh, how much did you win?
Like $300.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I played craps for hours.
I don't even understand that game. So what's your favorite part of the retreat?
So far, my favorite part was the Michael Jackson show, but the Haunted Rockin Moms are probably going to do that up.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of, I find the Haunted Rockin Moms, HRMs, it's special, right?
Yeah, we're a close-knit group, and I think we're all here for each other in fun and in hard times.
Yeah. So what do you look forward to most at the retreats?
Pool time.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time at the pool.
Relaxing at the pool and really spending time with all my friends that I see once a year.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, right?
It is. No doctor appointments, no therapies, just fun for me, me time.
I love that. Okay, we're going to have so much fun tonight. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
We've already lost our crew. I don't know. Fremont Street is crazy. It's this undercover street area. I don't know what else to call it, but it is crazy. We are starting our haunted pub crawl. There's two hosts. One's name is Ricky. I don't know the other woman's name. And we're going to hopefully hear lots of ghost stories.
Are pretty intimate already, so I'm sure it's not going to bother you to stand close to somebody. Right. All right, so have you guys been to Vegas before? How many people have been to Vegas? Raise your hand if you've been to Vegas. Woo! Oh, a lot of you. Yeah, right on. Have you folks spent time in this part of town?
Yeah.
You know, a little bit? Right on. Awesome. Where are you guys staying?
Marriott.
JW Marriott.
Oh my gosh, that's where I live. All right.
So the JW, like
Yeah.
off.
In Summerlin.
Summerlin, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it's quieter over there, right
Yes.
on. That's a beautiful hotel, right on. All right, so my name's Jody. I've been living in Vegas for almost 2 decades. I'm originally from LA, and my parents would drag me to Vegas when I was like a little kid. So I would come here like while the mob was actually like influencing this town. So I've been around this place for a while. The tour that you're going to take tonight, it's like part history tour, part ghost tour, and we really want to teach you a little bit about like the birth of Las Vegas, a little bit about mob history. Are you folks into learning about the mob?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Because it all started right here. So did you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Ricky. It's nice to meet you. I have not lived in Vegas for 20 years. But I am a performer and an MC and a DJ and a tour guide and a chef and a bartender. My friends call me the Ricky of all trades. So being a tour guide is something that I picked up about 3 or 4 years ago and I fell in love with back in my hometown of Seattle, where I was still a chef at the time. So I started doing food tours of Pike Place Market, which is the historic district of Seattle. So of course, as a burlesque performer, I started traveling down to Vegas quite a bit. So I was coming down here helping out bartending, helping out as a chef, helping out as a performer. And I fell in love with Fremont Street because it is very similar to Pike Place Market. There's a lot of historic, crazy shit that happened here. Is that okay to say on your podcast?
You can say whatever you want on the podcast.
Perfect, yeah. We love swear words. They're fun, right? So, welcome. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, I think. As Jody was just saying, we are a large tour group. Life is Beautiful, aka Block Party, is happening right now. We're going to huddle in close so y'all can hear us talk about Vegas and ghosts and mafia stuff. But most importantly, drinking, right?
Drinking.
All right. I'm going to let Jody take back over.
All right, so we are, where we are right now, this part of town is called the Fremont District. And when people think about Las Vegas, they often think of the Las Vegas Strip, right? But the Fremont District is a really special part of town because the Las Vegas that we know was really born right here in this particular district. And so Las Vegas, when it first emerged in the early 1900s, people thought this place was not going to be anything more than a railroad town. So this rich politician from California decided to create a railroad that went from California to Salt Lake City. And Las Vegas was just going to be like a stop in between, right? There was nothing going on here. It was a sleepy desert town, and nobody thought that it would be anything. But there were a few things that were happening in Las Vegas that you could engage in that you couldn't engage in other places. So in 1905, you could drink, you could gamble, and you could hire prostitutes. So the train stop became a little bit more popular. Like ranchers would get off, politicians, workers would get off, and they would actually stay and hang out. So Vegas became like a really it started becoming like more popular in the early 1900s. But then gambling becomes illegal in 1910 or 1911, and it doesn't become legal again until the 30s. And yeah, so something really interesting that kind of put Vegas on the map was the creation of the Hoover Dam. I don't know if you guys have seen the Hoover Dam at all. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. It's really amazing.
One of our Rockin Moms, Liz, she went to the Hoover Dam.
Right on. So the Hoover Dam, the construction started in the 1930s, like during the Great Depression. So while the entire country was just kind of suffering from the Great Depression, Vegas was popping. The Hoover Dam was bringing in construction workers, dam workers, concrete people, and so they would work on the dam all day, and then at night they would gamble, they would drink, they would hire prostitutes, and Vegas didn't suffer during the Great Depression. It was crazy that it was just so popular. Something else that put Vegas on the map in the 1930s was the marriage and divorce laws. And I know people think about Las Vegas, they think about, getting married in Vegas. Well, it really was a thing. In the 1930s, there was no blood test and there was no waiting period to get married. So a lot of Hollywood celebrities would just drive over here. It was a 4-hour drive. They would get married and divorced under the radar, no press, and it was happening constantly. You could also get divorced, and you only had to be a resident here for 6 weeks. So something really interesting happened in the 30s. They developed these things called divorce ranches. And women would come and live at these ranches for 6 weeks until they could get divorced. And one of the most famous people who lived at one of these ranches was Clark Gable's wife. Yes, exactly. His wife lived at one of these ranches.
So who knew there was an actual thing called divorce ranches? I don't think there is such a thing now, but leave it to Vegas to come up with something like that. And then we find out about Lake Mead. Now, I hadn't really ever heard about it, but this lake was full of bodies, dead bodies.
So Vegas was popping during the Great Depression. And speaking of water, there's some interesting things going on with water and Lake Mead, and I'm going to turn it over to you to tell them a little bit about what's happening there.
All right, so right outside of Vegas, about 20 minutes outside of Vegas, there's a place called Lake Mead. Has anyone heard of Lake Mead? Yes. Oh, so we have some true crime fans here. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, cool, awesome. So fun fact about Lake Mead, used to be a huge, luscious lake. It's about 30% of the size of what it once was. So can you imagine, as this lake is drying here in the lovely city of Vegas, they're finding bodies. Lots of bodies. In fact, one body in particular who they suspect was involved with the murder of Jimmy Hoffa, is that correct?
No, I don't know if he killed Jimmy Hoffa, but it was, do you know who it was, right?
I cannot remember at this time.
The guy that they think it was, he was involved. His name was Johnny Roselli. But they think he was killed by a guy named Tony Spilotro or Tony the Ant. So if you're a mob person, then you probably have heard of Tony the Ant. Who's seen the movie Casino? Anybody seen the movie Casino? Yes. Joe Pesci plays Tony the Ant. So Tony the Ant was responsible for about 25 killings in the 70s and early 80s. So the theory is that this body that emerged in a barrel was one of the killings of Tony Spilotro, which is crazy. So one other thing I want to say about the plaza. So this hotel is really special because this is actually the site of the train depot. This is where the depot actually was. It was right here. This hotel, built in 1971, when it was originally built, it was the largest hotel in the world with 500 rooms. A lot of movies have been filmed here. Back to the Future Part 2 was filmed here. Also, the movie Casino, there's a scene with Sharon Stone and Joe Pesci was filmed in this restaurant right over here, which is called Oscars. And if you're looking for a good steak and you want to know one of the best places to get a steak in this town, it is right here at this restaurant, Oscars Steakhouse. So, yeah. Nice. Yeah, very, very good. Yep. All right.
We're at our first stop on the pub crawl, and I'm sitting here with the maker, the woman who started it all. I know. Don't cry, Amy. Don't cry, fangirl Amy. I'm not crying. But what does the pub crawl mean to you?
I think the pub crawl to me is just respecting the city we're in, learning about it, and being together.
And what's your favorite part of the retreat?
I love the pub crawl. Yeah, I honestly, the best part is just being with you guys. Like, that's become my favorite part of all of it, and I wouldn't trade you guys for anything. You're wonderful.
I agree wholeheartedly. We love you.
Hey, can I sing the theme song?
Oh, I want to hear the theme song.
All right, are you ready?
I am ready.
I want this to kick off the retreat episode. Are you ready? All right, here we go. La, la, la. Okay. You know it's not what I expected, but I'm beginning to enjoy the view. Nailed it!
And that's our theme song for tonight's episode.
Yes, me too.
We were having so much fun. And, of course, we're all out drinking and having a great time. And just a little disclosure, I asked Fangirl Amy, as I was putting this episode together, if she wanted to leave in for a rendition of the theme song. And she said, do it. So there you go.
I don't know how many, but several have decided that they're going to get tattoos. So let's see what they're going to be. But we are carrying on with the haunted pub crawl.
Who built it? He really believed in this place. He had a vision for it. So in 1906, it opened again, and it was the first hotel built of concrete. And
so are all those movies like full of shit where the saloons are like wooden buildings? It was all just tents, really?
In 1905, it was a tent city. And so, yeah. So finally, it opens up in 1906. It's the first hotel built of concrete. This is also the site of the first telephone installed in Las Vegas. And I'll show you the plaque that kind of commemorates that, right? So the place opens up in 1906. And remember how I told you gambling becomes illegal in 1910 and doesn't become illegal again until the 1930s? So the guy who built this place, he believed in it. Even though gambling became illegal after he opened it, he decided that he was going to make this place stay open. So he continued to do repairs and add-ons and things like that. So when gambling became illegal in the 30s, it reopened and it was named the Sal Saveg Hotel. Any idea what Sal Saveg means?
No idea.
Sal Saveg. It's actually Las Vegas spelled backwards. Anyhow, a couple really interesting things to note about this hotel. So this hotel was leased out by some Italian Americans in the 1950s. One particular guy of interest, his name was Italio Gelfi. Italio Gelfi was interesting because, do you guys gamble? Anybody been gambling at all? All right, so when you walk through the casinos and you look at the tables, have you seen the mirrors that are above all the tables, like the two-way mirrors? So the guy who leased out this hotel in 1950s, he's the one who invented the two-way mirror to detect cheating. So there was a mobster that was kind of affiliated with this hotel. He didn't own it or anything, but he came here in the 1950s. His name was Johnny Roselli. And Johnny Roselli was sent here from Chicago to kind of oversee the construction of some of the famous hotels on the Strip. So he comes down here and he's like, oh my gosh, this is a great town. You can drink, you can gamble, you can hire prostitutes, but where's the entertainment, right? So this guy, Johnny Roselli, is responsible for creating a talent agency called the Montepresser Talent Agency. And guess who some of his first clients were? Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Elvis Presley. So why am I bringing up the Rat Pack? This hotel was a notorious hangout for the Rat Pack in the 1950s. There's a bar inside, it's called the Prohibition Bar, and there's even a little plaque that says that this is the place where the Rat Pack would sit and drink in the 1950s. So it's really, really cool.
It's very noisy, but we're at Bar Prohibition, and during Prohibition, only women could come here, and they would do sort of, I guess what you'd say, womenly things like knit and sew. But apparently they have kept their menu with a lot of, I guess, female names and things like that to represent. So I haven't seen it, but that's what I've been told by a tour guide. So I think that is pretty cool.
So Hotel Apache is the most haunted hotel in Vegas. There has been ghost hunter episodes, ghost adventure episodes made about this. It is also connected to Binion's because it was once owned by Benny Binion, who was a notorious gangster from Texas. If anyone is familiar with him, he might have been a complete gangster, notorious asshole, but he was also very, very good at hospitality. He brought the free drink idea to Vegas. So if you're gambling and you get a free drink, that's thanks to Benny Binion. If you go anywhere and you get a cheap steak in Vegas, that's thanks to Benny Binion. In fact, exactly, just right across the street. Thank you so much, Benny. And also, he was the original person that came up with the idea of limousine service here in Vegas. So Benny Binion might have been a complete asshole, but also, would have made a great bartender probably, in my opinion. But anyways, Hotel Apache. A lot of the hotels in this area, they hide how haunted they are because it's bad for tourism.
No, it's not.
You would think so. You would think so, right? Yeah, everyone needs a hotel that's haunted, right? Well, that's why we have Hotel Apache. They lean on this.
They do.
Nice. In fact, you can walk. We're going to walk through the halls of Hotel Apache, and you can see where there are reports of guests or employees having paranormal experiences. I brought some of my ghost hunting devices with us.
Woo!
All right, who's going to play ghost hunter with me? Are you ready?
What am I supposed to do?
So,
How to fucking go.
What this is an EMF detector. What an EMF detector does, as you can see out here, it's going crazy. That is because there's a lot of newer school electrical devices in here. As we go inside of Apache, they have actually protected those electrical devices, so the only taps you're going to be getting are the ones that are paranormal. So we're going to go around, we're going to do a little ghost hunting. If your stuff starts going crazy like this inside the building, as mine is. That's mine that's screaming and yelling. I'm going to turn it off for a second. But that means we found a ghost. Are we ready? We're ready. All right, are you ready?
So because this is actually a pub crawl, it definitely involves drinking. I personally don't remember this part of the pub crawl where we got these devices to check for ghosts. I wish I could remember that. But I do remember the next part of the pub crawl, which is where it actually ended where we're at the Mob Museum, which was quite cool. I wished we had gone to the Mob Museum like before the pub crawl and seen what it was all about. So I have heard it was quite cool. So I guess that'll be on the next trip to Vegas.
One of my other favorite stops. So this building right here, this is the famous Mob Museum. Any of you been here before? Any of you heard about it? All right, I'm gonna tell you a few things about it. First of all, I'm a huge museum goer. I've traveled all over the world, all over the country. I always go to museums wherever I go. And I am going to tell you, this place right here is a first-class museum. If you're into museums, this place is just one of the best that I've been to, all right? And so I'm going to tell you, the building kind of has a little bit of history to it. Construction began on this building in 1931, and it ended in 1934. And when this building first emerged, it was a post office and a courthouse. And it was those things for many, many years. Only about a little over 10 years ago did the mayor of Las Vegas, who was the former mob attorney, Oscar Goodman, maybe you heard of him before. He was the famous attorney that's been here since the 60s. He defended all of these famous mobsters. So it was his idea a little over a decade ago to preserve some of the memorabilia and create this amazing museum that we have here, right? So it was a courthouse and it was a post office for a very long time. But there were no trials there right away when it opened. So like I said earlier, the mob started infiltrating in the 30s and 40s. This place opened in 1934. So we didn't really see any trials or anything in there till maybe like 1945 when they got the first judge. But something that I find really fascinating about this building, if you're into mob history, so in 1950, a bunch of government officials like senators, politicians, they got together and they wanted to try to like expose the mob. There was a lot of mob activity happening all over the country, not just in Las Vegas. So in 1950, there was something called the Committee on Organized Crime. And the purpose of this committee was, again, to expose these criminals, right? And so what they did was these politicians had hearings all over the country in different courtrooms to try to get these mobsters to admit that they were being shady, right? But all of these hearings, they were televised, right? So the mobsters, they're smart. They're like, we're not going to admit nothing on TV, right? We know. So nothing really ever came of these hearings. But here's why I'm bringing it up. I'm bringing it up because out of the 20 hearings that happened in 1950 all over the country, one of those hearings happened in this building on the second floor. And so if you do get to visit the museum is set up in like 3 different floors. And the second floor is the actual courtroom. And they haven't done much to it. The original furniture is still in there, which is so amazing. And then like the exhibit's really cool itself because they have footage from those hearings because they were televised. So they've made like holograms of like the folks that were being interrogated. So like you're sitting like in the courtroom and then you're watching the holograms. So it's really, really cool. That's a really cool part of the museum. The other thing to understand about this museum is that really it's home to like a ton of photographs, paraphernalia, artifacts from some of the most dangerous criminals in American history. There's a gas chamber in there, the first gas chamber it's unbelievable. So the museum's closed right now, so we are not going in to see all of that stuff. But there is a really, really cool part of the museum that is open to the public, right? And it's open till about midnight tonight. It's actually a part of the museum and you don't have to pay to get in. So like if you want to just check that part out, you can, but it's actually considered part of the exhibits because you walk in and you're going to see all of this like photography and artifacts from the 1920s. So there is a speakeasy at the museum in the basement. And the cool thing is to get to the speakeasy, you can enter the building. They might ask you if you want to buy a ticket or something like that, and then you tell them, no, I just want to go to the speakeasy. So they'll be like, oh, just go downstairs. But there's another really, really cool way to get in, and that is you have to find the area of the building where there's a barrel. And obviously, like, I know where the barrel is, but like the first time you come here, you're like, where's the barrel, right? So as soon as you see the barrel, next to the barrel is a staircase that leads to a green door. And there's always a password to get in.
So it's actually quite cool because the password changes each day. You have to go online and find out what it is. So I think that's really quite cool.
So it's like a really kind of a fun experience. And they have a great drink menu. Inside the bar, again, you can drink and eat, but if you step outside to go to the bathroom, even if you don't have to, if you're into like mob history, I recommend that you step out to go to the hallway just so you can see some of the exhibits, like because it's like you're getting like a free entry into the basement, and then you'll see all of this cool stuff about prohibition. I don't know, I'm totally obsessed with this place, all right? But this is also our last stop, you know? So we hope that you folks enjoyed and learned a few things. It's a little bit difficult, Saturday night, large group, all of that stuff. We are gonna need our ID to get into this one, and the password, it's flapper.
Yes.
So who's
like a dancer, like a
one of you,
dancer.
so we're gonna ring the bell. somebody's going to be responsible for saying flapper. I don't know who wants to take that responsibility. I'll let you guys have the fun with trying to get in. So, cool.
It was really loud in the speakeasy, and like the tour guide said, it was our last stop, and there was a live singer who was quite good, I thought. We didn't really stay all that long. I think we had to get back to our party bus, and we had to walk a little bit of a ways, I think, to get to it. But it was really cool. So I would definitely go back there, if I go back to Vegas, because the whole experience, I think, was quite cool. Like to go to the Mom Museum and then go to the speakeasy. It just sounds like old time Vegas. It was a lot of fun.
It's super noisy. I don't know if anyone can hear us, but here's Kelsey.
Hey, it's Kelsey, Rockin Mom to Bennett and Phineas.
And you moved to Hawaii, right?
I moved to Hawaii. It's amazing. It's a good life. I love it.
And how old are Ben and Finn now?
Bennett just turned 8 and Phineas is 6.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that they're 8 and 6. It just seems like it's just gone by in a flash. And because you haven't been to a few retreats in a while.
Yeah. I haven't been for 3 years.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you'd be coming this year. Are you planning to come for next year?
I am most definitely planning to come next year. I just needed to take a life break, and now I'm back, and I never want to miss it again. It's amazing.
Oh, I love it. And you can check out Kelsey's story. I don't know what episode it is, but it's amazing. She adopted 2 boys. It's an incredible story, and you're amazing, Kelsey.
I love you so much, Mary. It's so good to see you.
I love you too. You're amazing.
Kelsey's episode is actually episode 5. It was one of my very first episodes, and it truly is an amazing story how she started fostering her older son, Ben, and then she comes to the retreat, and a few days later gets a call about another little boy with Down syndrome. It's an absolutely amazing story, so go and have a listen.
The retreat is said and done. I'm sitting at the airport waiting for my flight. I'm super tired. And it was a great time, and I love all these ladies so much. It really fills my cup to come and be with you all, and it was such an amazing time, and to meet some new mamas was fantastic too, and just seeing Vegas with you all, it really is such an amazing time, and it's hard to put it all in words, but it means so much to me, and I know how much it means to all of you to come to this retreat and for us all to be together. And we'll see you next year in Georgia.
The retreat really just fills my cup. There's something to be said about being with people who get you, who understand you, and know what you're dealing with. All of us have this one thing in common. We all have at least one child with Down syndrome, and there were many who have more than one child, like Kelsey. She has 2 boys with Down syndrome. But it is such a powerful feeling to be with all of these women from all walks of life who just get you and just understand you. And I am so thankful for my HRMs, my Haunted Rockin Moms. We chat on the daily and really support each other through the tough times and the good times. And I'm looking forward to going to Georgia. And if you're enjoying the T21 Mom podcast, it would really mean a lot to me if you told others about my little podcast, because word of mouth is a powerful thing. So keep on loving on your rockin' kiddos, and I'll see you next time.